Hey everyone, been a while, I know. It is now Monday. I am completely tired, but I had a promise to keep. As I mentioned last week, that as soon as I was able to get my hands on enough reputation to be able to continue the Marchengast questline so I could show you guys my reaction to it, I got busy. As I mentioned before, May is super busy with Ren fairs for me, and I am there the entire month, every weekend. So during the week, I am exhausted. That said, a promise is a promise. So there's going to be 2 videos today to make up for the ones that I missed. We're going to go over what I have unlocked from the Marchengast questline. This may be stuff you've already seen if you are ahead of me in the questline, but if not, you can watch and have fun. Without further ado, we are at the Veiled Hamlet, and we need to go talk to Abigail to get moving. Let's go. Abigail. It's good to see you, and thank you so much for helping us reach a truce with the castle folk. None of this would have happened without you. Between you and me, I am worried about Duke's reaction when he finds out his beloved daughter went behind his back, but I don't doubt Margaret's intentions. Just like us, she only wants to get rid of the blight once and for all before it is too late. Speaking of which, I think I have a lead on the blight. Margaret was going to ask the castle scars to stutter the blight. Since we last spoke, I have been looking for a cure or some sort of solution. At first, I found nothing, grasping at straws, but then I recalled, no, not something, someone. Someone very close to me. Her name was Ruth. When I was a child, our community wasn't exactly thriving, but life was good. But since the war, the blight, and everything else, we have so many empty huts. Finding our footing with so many sisters gone while also learning to cope with the blight, it was tough. But that someone, she thought there had to be a way to make our lives easier. She didn't want us to just survive and cope. She wanted us to have an easier life. Of course, reaching out to the castle folk was not an option for her. Her hatred for them ran deep. She was stubborn and determined, wanted to figure it out on her own, refused any help. I inherited that from her, I suppose. So, she just left our hamlet. Left her Notsoran behind, and forbade us to come looking for her. That was months ago. I think she settled somewhere deep in the forest to continue her search alone. She wanted to understand all of it, the nature, the origin of the blight, its effects on plants, beasts, humans, as well as how the veil slowed it down, everything. If anyone knew a way to dispel the blight for good, it was her. I don't think she's alive anymore. Betty reported seeing smoke coming out of the top of her hut atop Ogre's skull for some time after she left. It had to be her, but there hasn't been any sign of life there for a few months now. I'll mark the location on your map. Let's meet up there. You know, girl, you could just help me out and, teleport me. Okay, it's not too far from the hamlet. Shouldn't be too difficult to find. Here we are. No, it can't be. I kept hoping. Mother, it's me, Abigail. It seems she can't hear you. You're right. But maybe we can change that. What if my mother Ruth is still there, somewhere? You know, this is completely off topic, but as a Halloween nut, if they updated the witches at the Scarecrow Hill Race and Galloper's Keep and whatnot, that would just be cool. Abigail? Seeing her like this, if only I'd been able to get her to stay in the hamlet. Mother, was it all worth it? Being strong no matter what? Always taking revenge? But she's not gone. She can't be. We need to find a way to reach her. I have to try. If she's really gone, we'll never know. If she found a cure for the blight, I can't accept that. Maybe we can reach her if I've got an idea. When she left the hamlet, my mother left most of her stuff behind in wooden crates. Return to the hamlet and look for crates. There's one with her name on it. Ruth. In the crate, there should be a flute. Please bring it to me. Through an anchor to her former self, and thanks to my magic, we might be able to reach her through all her anger and grief. It might be only work for a moment, but that's all we need. Third time's the charm. Yep. This one. Never seen a flute like this before. Should bring it back to Abigail. Okay, really quickly, I am going to level up Nugget. You know, I'm hoping we can eventually clear out the blight, because as mean, quote unquote, as it would be, I would love to do me some live show events in here. That would just be cool. You found it. Good. This flute was her most cherished possession. It was passed down through the generations. She herself got it from her mother. She taught me how to play it when I was a child. It was some of the happiest times we ever spent together. After we're gone, a part of ourselves still lives on in the objects we and our loved ones hold dear. So if my magic can echo that memory, maybe I can draw out a fragment of her. Mother, listen. Ooh, the iris change. This music is, like, intense. Did you see? Her eyes. Did it work? Mother, it's me. Can you hear me? I know it says she didn't talk, but I just heard a frickin' yes. She seems calmer. She does. It really worked. Mother, I don't know what to say. I hate you and all your stupid principles. You kept saying you'd rather die than make peace with our enemy. Well, you never listened, but if it's still you in there, I beg you, I need your help. We're trying to find a way to stop the blight, not just starve it off this time, but erase it, like you always wanted. I tried to find answers in the notes you left at the hamlet, but I failed, and now you're gone. It looks like she wants us to follow. Follow her through the blight? Can you see where she's headed? Please follow her. I don't have my lantern, but I can transport myself to you once you're there. Oh. Ooh, let's not lose her. She is not making my life easy to follow her. Then again, no one ever said that, you know, spirits technically had to make our lives easy. Having to, like, stare at the ceiling to look at where she's going. Ooh, here we go. Ooh, crumbly. That's not terrifying. Yeah, here. Is that blight in a jar? That's not creepy. That's one of her journals, but I've never seen that one before. And this cave, it's so isolated and so deep in the blight. This is where she spent her last few weeks. Let's take a look. Do I have to dismount, or can Nugget come with me? What's in it? I don't know. It's hard to read. The writing is all chicken scratch. A few sentences I can't read don't make much sense. What did you guide us here, Mother? What did you find? This journal has to contain the answers we're looking for. I know it. A cure for the blight. She wouldn't have led us to it if there wasn't a reason. We need to take this back to the hamlet. I'm sure we'll be able to interpret it. Mother, thank you. But all your research, all the time you spent up here, up until the very end, it won't be in vain. I promise. Goodbye, Mother. It's a weird feeling to show someone how I really feel for once. Thank you for being here with me and for letting me be vulnerable for a moment. But enough of that. We know what to do. Meet at the Veiled Hamlet and let's dig into this. Girl, you are strangely calm for just watching your mother pass on to the other side. Just saying. Oh, I almost fell off an edge. She really wasn't that far from the hamlet. Like, if you think about it, she wasn't all that far. Okay, Abigail, over here. So, what does your mother's journal say? Lots of disjointed notes about her findings, but also a lot of rambling. Sadly, it's not the good news we were hoping for. This is what she wrote in one of the last entries. It's a thing, not alive, plague, sucks the life out of trees and beasts, no mind of its own as far as I can see. But also, it changes over time. It grows, can't predict where. Roots and after run far and deep. But also it changes over time. It grows, can't predict where. Roots under far. But also, it changes over time. It grows, can't predict where. Roots run far and deep underground. The heartbeat? So she never discovered the true nature of the blight. Or if she did, she didn't get the chance to write it down. But that's not all. This very last entry. Listen. What the blight touches, it corrupts. Potions only work in early stages. Over time, becomes a permanent part of you. Eternal. The veil can slow it down, even freeze it, but nothing can erase it fully. It's part of the forest now. Keeps growing. Will spread to 𝑦𝒍𝒍 next. Permanent, eternal, and it's always keeps spreading. So if we don't do something soon, the lands beyond Marchengast, the whole of 𝑦𝒍𝒍, nothing will be safe. I need to study my mother's notes closer. We shouldn't panic just yet. I think we still have some time. Please keep helping everyone in the hamlet. We need it now more than ever. Reaching out. Oh, wait, one more thing. I think you should go to the castle and talk to Marguerite. She and 𝑦𝒍𝒍 need to know what we found. No more secrets and lies, right? Yes. And we need to tell her everything we've learned in my mother's journals, that we can't remove the blight, only suspend it. It means we need everyone living inside the veil to pull their weight, both the castle and out here. Margaret knows, but what do the rest of them think? How many of them will follow her? And who knows? Maybe their scholars can also come up with something that would help the beasts or be good to the forest. Good luck and be careful. What's your next thing? Mother's notes, the blight. That's the only thing I can focus on from now on. We still need your help too, and I have something to tell you. After everything you've done for us and the beasts, the Sultan's Coven will allow you to take part in one of our tradition, making offerings. Even in the darkest times, we witches always hold on to our ancient traditions as hard as we can in order to keep our culture alive. But it's also a way for us to feel connected to nature and to each other. Please accept this initiation token of our gratitude and a symbol of the bond we share. She's giving me something? But don't go around thinking this makes you a sister of the Coven, alright? It's not that easy. Actually, don't thank me for allowing you to take part in our tradition. Believe it or not, it was Mercy who made the proposal to the Coven. At first, she was by far the most untrustful of you, of the castle folk, of any outsiders. She and I kept arguing, but you turned her around in the end. Go to her now. She's expecting you. All right. Are you over here? You are. Hello. Here you are. I have something to say. I was certain that sooner or later you'd start fearing or ignoring us or even betray us. What did you have to gain from helping us or caring for the beasts? But I've heard about your tireless efforts and I've seen your dedication with the Ritual of Shadows day after day. By the Vala, how wrong was I? Let's get started. To show our sisters that you belong with us, I'd like to teach you another one of our traditions. Has anyone told you of how we honor the lonely beacon? No. I want to know, though. For generations, our life warden tree has always protected and guided us. It lets us borrow its seeds and strengthen our magic and live on these lands. Without it, we would have never survived the blight, so we make offerings to the lonely beacon as a sign of gratitude and hopes it will never stop protecting us. With this tradition, it's more than that. It's not done out of self-interest. It can be very personal, healing, ritual, and every sister can do it in the way they want. You offer what you can, herbs, flowers, food, anything. It doesn't have to be anything of value, but usually it'll be things you cherish. If you wish to take part, go to the hamlet and ask the other sisters if they have offerings for today, then bring them to the lonely beacon. This is one of our most sacred traditions, but now I know you will treat it as such. Come back here once you've made the offering. All right, who's got some stuff for me? Ooh. These are our offerings to the lonely beacon. You have my thanks. All right. Who else? Ooh, you two are very close. I hope the tree appreciates these as much as I have. This is what I've collected. Thanks. All right. Which direction do I need to point to get to the tree? I need to go this way. Gallivanting into the forest we go. I'm curious to hear everyone's opinions on what they thought of the Marchengast questline so far from what we've gotten. Now, I know I am behind a little bit, but just from what I've seen so far, I love it. I love that there's a lot of different openings for how this could turn out. But I also like the fact that they didn't rush it and they really covered all their bases before doing anything. We have made it to the lonely beacon. Oh, my lord. Nugget. Oh, the music is so pretty. Oh. On foot. This music, you guys, and this tree remind me so much of Avatar. Yes, with the blue aliens. But I love it. I love the music. I love how it's so pretty, you guys. I can't even put it into words. Thank you. As you know, respecting nature and its powers helps us. I hope you got something out of this too. So it looks like we got ourselves another daily, which will be very, very handy for getting my butt moving on my reputation. Because if I come over here, I think it's this board, and I show you this, I am kind of stuck. I need to gain more progress, which is why we're doing the story right now. I think this will open as soon as I go to Margaret. So let's take the trailer to Marchengast, because I am not running there. That would take so long, and let's be real, guys, you'd watch me get lost. I wonder if the castle's going to have another daily, because I feel like the castle has far less dailies than the witches do, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's kind of more an incentive to go over to see the witches. What? Are you certain? Is there really no way to rid ourselves of the blight? This is devastating. So the blight is permanent? What on earth can we do? Will the blight take over the castle and maybe 𝑣𝒍𝒍? No, I refuse to despair. If the Saltist Coven was able to stop it before with the veil, there must be something we can muster. We need to stop it, not only for the inhabitants of the castle and the forest, but also for the rest of 𝑣𝒍𝒍. Your world should not have to suffer the consequences of our misguided wars. I shall make sure to put Marchengast's brightest minds to work on the matter as well. Maybe they can be of assistance. In the meantime, you shall continue to prove the old ways were wrong. We have our own part to make in this true. Yes, we do. Let's continue doing good no matter what. We cannot allow ourselves to give up. Yep, so I just got the ping for the reputation because, as you saw, mine's a little bit behind. This is where the blacksmith Ernest and you can collaborate remarkably. The war has brought unspeakable suffering to him. You will not see a stronger advocate for peace in all of Marchengast. In any case, he has an idea for a new task that require your skills. Could you please speak with him and find him at the forge? Are we doing more blacksmithing? Is that what's happening? I swear, every time I go to a new town, whenever I play D&D, the first thing every single one of both my party members do is come to the blacksmith. Hello, Lorelei. I was hoping you would come by. By now, you know about our horrible, shameful history, both ancient and recent. Yes, Lady Margaret has shown me the abandoned Bailey. I have no words to describe what took place there. I feel enraged and ashamed. We saw beasts as monsters, but the monsters were among us. Some deeds are so evil that they can never be forgiven. All we can do to atone for the suffering and destruction our people have caused, this is where I count on you. In the end, our war against the witches was only based on lies, and both beasts and humans have suffered for nothing. The Duke was so determined to eliminate the witches at all costs that we almost ruined the forest. I would like to do something useful. Maybe we could mend what we have destroyed out there in the forest. Lorelei, you both have some forging skills and know how to explore the forest safely. So, should we work together on this? Sure. According to what Ella told me, there is still a lot of scrap left from the war in the forest. Chains, broken shields, and lances. I have marked where on your map. Here's my proposal. You bring that scrap out here to me and I can reforge them and make something useful out there. How about something good for our horses? It might be a good way to show that Lady Margaret sincerely wants peace. What would we make? That's what I want to know. But like I was saying, every time my party goes into a new place, we're like, it's either the tavern or we go to the blacksmith. It's almost become a ritual at this point. Ooh, okay. Grab. Okay, now we head on back to the castle. So I guess I just answered my earlier question, wondering if we were going to get more stuff inside the castle to account for all the stuff that we have in the forest, and it looks like we have at least one so far. Oh, I'm forging. This is duly noted. I hope they don't need my inventory. It's kind of full. Use the forge. Anvil. You know, he really should not be having us run around with, like, scalding hot iron. Ooh, horseshoes. Excellent work. These horseshoes are perfect. They will be much better use for the metal. That scrap did not belong in the forest. If you had not retrieved it, beasts could have been injured stumbling upon it. Sadly, I'm sure that absurd war left more scrap out there. I will talk to one of the other guards to find out where it could be, so come talk to me soon. Okay, so we do have a daily with him. Now, there is a thing I want to check on while we're here, and I know this is going to be a long old video, so I hope you guys are fine with that. I wanted to check how my blight progression was going. Yeah, we got the Blighted Warrior Bridle. Ooh, and we're well on our way for the leg wraps. I know not a lot of people actually like this set, but I think this just looks cool. Alright. So, I think it is very unlikely that I'm going to get this reputation today, even though I do have quite a few things on my list to get done for both here in the castle and over in the Veiled Hamlet. But I think that is where we're going to end it for this video, checking out the Marchengast quest that I missed while I was off at my Ren Fair. And I will see you guys in the next video that is coming out today, where we will check out the stuff from last week, where they came out with a new Connemara variation and a new outfit. So back to, you know, cozy, non-spooky Marchengast stuff. I'll see you guys then. Bye.